Hello, Caydor here with some interesting bit of news. I started recording this yesterday and technically got together, but I was so beaten and exhausted and tired and just felt like someone ripped my soul out, punched it a few times, and put it back in and kicked me in the stomach and just kind of walked off while I laid on the floor grasping for air. And I think it was just kind of this was bad, but not all that terrible. But I think it was just coming at the end of a series of things going wrong, none of which could really be helped. But yesterday, got home from work, went to check on yesterday's video, or the video that was supposed to be up Wednesday, and get the one for today up and scheduled. And my user profile had become corrupted. It got that user logon error, profile failed to load. And so I managed to save a lot of it. Basically, I saved all the raw footage because I guess it had been saving to the user profile instead of the shared folders for some reason. I'll try to pay attention to that as I move forward. But save that, and I haven't checked for them, but I don't think the audio files were saved for some because they had been saved in the My Documents, and for some reason it wouldn't let me copy that over. I don't know. And so I lost all the audio files we've recorded, and I lost all the projects that I hadn't exported yet, which included Wednesdays would be there, but I don't think I exported Fridays. But Wednesdays, when I checked it, because it wasn't showing up on my uploads list, because I have a YouTube app on my phone, and I will check it when I'm not there when it finishes uploading. It wasn't there, and so I came home to check what was up, and it was too long because YouTube knocked my video link down to 15 because I kept getting flagged on the ID content system for the reviews featured footage, and I hadn't been brave enough to dispute it because I may have been using more footage than I needed to, which is why I picked up the camera so I could interject me in some of the parts where I need to talk longer about a scene, and I don't have to keep showing the full length of the scene, because I think that's part of the problem. And one where I use music, and I could probably have taken that one down because I didn't really need it, but it needed something at the end for that joke to work, and I didn't quite want to cut the joke because I think it was the nutrition video, we didn't make a whole lot of interesting ones. It might have been the Ella Enchanted one, and that one had its own music that I cut out, but it had been flagged on the ID content a second time for a visual that some company was claiming, but I don't know what that could have been, because it was gameplay footage from when I had Integer play Saints Row 4, and the claim wasn't from either of the companies that are supposed to hold the rights to Saints Row 4. And in fact, when I went to check for the copyright information to put it in the credits, Saints Row 4 didn't have a copyright file. You had Saints Row 1, 2, and the 3rd, but I didn't see one for 4. Or at least in the US one, so I don't know what that's about. But the main problem is them limiting me to 15 minutes, because let me work for gameplay footage to a degree if I play one of the shorter games that are like 4 to 6 hours, but I've been mostly dealing in RPGs, which are like 30 hours to start with, which is a good 60 to like 80 videos if I'm doing between 20 and 30 minutes, and double that if I'm doing 10 to 15. And so I prefer not to do that unless I recorded like 3 hours and upload it all at once, which is an option. I'm kind of weighing my options right now. And yesterday I had been thinking about whether I should just re-edit everything and continue from there, or to just start from scratch. And I started thinking about it over the last, 24 hours. And I think I came to what I want to do. Because starting over has the implication that I'm going to stop making videos, and I know I can't do that. One part because, as I've said before, even if there's just one or two of you who regularly show up for my videos, I would feel I'm letting you down by not continuing. But also, I know me. I'm really bad at procrastinating. Sometimes there's a good reason for procrastinating. I put it off and I come up with a better idea, because sometimes I just can't get myself to work if I'm not solid on the idea. And other times it's just, it becomes a habit. I put it off once and I see no problem in putting it off again and again, and do all sorts of other things. And even when I run out of things to do, I can't bring myself to go do the thing I've been putting off. So if I stop making any sort of video, it would probably be months before I get myself back to doing it, because I'd just be thinking about how I failed and whatever others' memories came to mind. So I can do that, but I also want to take some more time to take a little bit more time to like polish out scripts and footage together, and really think about how I want to say things. And I also want to try to get ahead of the curve, because I'm kind of treating this about like how I would if I had to start over like a video game, especially an RPG. Because a lot of times the reason I get stuck is because I really dislike grinding, and so when I start over, I'll try to like do stuff early on and get the grinding out of the way, so I don't have to do it as much later in the game. So what I'd like to do is, as I said, take more time to work on scripts, but I'd also like to get ahead so that like the next couple of months videos are already made and being put up. But if I just did that, I probably wouldn't have much to put up. And if I do a video game, it'd probably be one of those I've been playing, and I don't quite want to start any of those over, because like the one I didn't get to show you was Divinity 2, and I may still get that one together because there's the audio's lost, and that's part of the fun, because at least for the first 30 minutes I had recorded the audio to like sync up, and after that I forgot to turn on the mic when I turned it off when a loud noise was going on, and I had paused the game and went back to playing and I forgot to turn it back on. But part of that was the fun of the user experience, because I died quite a bit, but I learned something new each time as I tried different paths. And there was a sense of, because like the autosave only happens after like major storyline events, so I die and I lose like 20 minutes of save. And so I thought it'd be interesting if like you sat through like 20 minutes of video only for me to die at the end, and pretty well that entire video was mute. You'd be pissed, but you'd probably be about as pissed as I was playing the game. I thought it'd be grand. But the audio for that first part is lost, and a lot of it was just kind of like how I think about games when I'm first playing them, because I like oddness and I tend to look for it. But, and then of course me and Andrew played, what was it, Mario Land Live, and we can probably redo that one, because I'm about as the same level of frustration on level 1 of Mario as I am on like level 11-7, and we only got to like 6 or something like that in an hour and a half of play, because I'm quite terrible. He kept throwing me lives, and when we stopped, I think I had like 13 and he had like 33. I'm quite terrible. Or maybe it was I had 3 and he had 33. Either way, he had like 20 or 30 more than I did. But, so, I don't know if I'll be doing any gameplay footage for a while. And I have a couple of things that I may release, but I want to work on the script a little bit more, polish it some. So what I was thinking is that I would do vlogs documenting what I'm doing to kind of reinvent Adventures in Random, because there's a lot of like minor stuff I've been putting off. Once again, the procrastination thing, like the Adventures in Random website, the background's pretty bland and we don't have much on the YouTube page, and if you go to our Facebook, there's not much there, and so I like to, and I was trying to get Andrew to do the art, but he hasn't been doing it, and so I may put together some kind of basic just so I have the skills. And I'd also like to figure out how to make like more interesting title cards and stuff like that. Basically stuff I didn't think I needed to do at the beginning, because it's kind of that like cosmetic stuff that I usually don't pay attention to, but apparently lots of people do, and so it's a good idea to do it. Like I get bored quickly when a book goes too detail and someone describing someone's clothes or how they look or whatever. You give me a general idea and my face can fill in brain can fill in the details, but that's just me. And some people like details, so many sounds, smells, hears, they want to really suck into the book or whatever. To each their own. And we're getting close to the 15-minute mark, even though there should be no copyrighted material. The way IT content has been going lately, I wouldn't be surprised if I got flagged for my freaking poster in the background, which I refused to take down because it was a gift from Integer, even though the gameplay for Fable 3 ended up being very, very disappointing. It's still an awesome poster. But I don't know when the first one will be. I'll try to have something together for next week, but who knows what the week may bring. I was Caydor, and this was an Adventures in Random update.